Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Be the Beast. So, I have a script here about what I want to say, but I want to go off script because I've been reading it over and over and over, and I suck at it. I want to talk about the truth, the reality that is human beings, and a fact that we seem to overlook, that we are going to die. This precious moment that we have is special. We spend so much energy focusing on the past and the mistakes that we've made, and we focus so much emotion in the future, and we create so much anxiety and something that hasn't happened yet. And the thing about death is it can happen at any moment. And so you can spend so much energy, all of your energy, worried, fretting about the future, losing hair, going gray, on something that may never happen. And you would have wasted 40% of your mental faculty on nothing. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't plan, because planning creates security, and planning is awesome. I love to plan. I overplan, which I'm working, because that isn't being simple. Simplicity is freedom, because when you try to plan out every single permutation, like every single outcome, it's just not realistic. Like you have to be in the moment. And be spontaneous and navigate and swim through it when you're actually there. And so there's a amount that you can plan, and then there's a part of it that you just have to let go. And so my point is, this truth, the thing I want to talk about is that we're gonna die one day. And so we need to be here. We need to fall in love with this moment. My own personal struggles with that, I've battled with depression for many years. And I know that is, a lot of people look at my life and think that's hard to believe compared to people that they know that have depression. But I have. And I can compare it to my mother, because the entire time that I've known her, she struggled with depression. And she ended up committing suicide because of that depression, because of that disappointment and failure that she felt. She could not look past the past. She couldn't give herself another chance. She couldn't let it go. And it consumed her. And in my own way, I've struggled with that. Like when I was in the World Class Athlete program, when I was in college, those years, I struggled with depression. And the way I would describe depression is, it's like a fog that you can't see through. It's kind of like when you have too many browsers open on your computer and it starts to move really slow. That's what it's like, because there's the browser of insecurity, low self-esteem, shame, and disappointment. And a person that's depressed focuses on those things that they can't control. And instead of bettering themselves, they hold on to that. It becomes like, you have this trunk that you carry around with you, and you just keep adding on to it instead of trying to live a simple life, instead of being in the moment and just letting those go and forgiving yourself. My charge with my life, I want to fall in love with this moment that I'm speaking to you guys. Be here, be now. and try to simplify your life. Like, let go of those things that you're concerned with, because worrying about the future is just anxiety. One thing that inspired me to think about that is Michael Jordan. I was listening to his biography on tape, which is a great way to consume content. And one miraculous thing or amazing thing they talk about is that Michael Jordan was able to enter the flow state almost at will. He was able to go to practice and be there 100%. He would show up every single time. And that's what made him great. He was athletic, but when you look at his entire basketball career from high school, he wasn't the best guy. He was always like number 2, number 3, but he was never just from the beginning the most athletic guy around. But he was the guy that learned. He listened to his teachers, he listened to his coaches, and his raw gift that he had, which was explosive athleticism, he used that as his bedrock and became great at shooting, became great at stealing the ball, reading the game. And so we all have that kind of gift. And like one analogy I like to use is a baseball player. Like on a baseball team, there are guys that can hit home runs. There are guys that can steal bases. There are guys that can strike people out. But most guys have just that one gift. And the difference between the guy that makes it and the guy that doesn't is the one who works on his weaknesses. The one that develops his other potentialities. And for me, in my life, my greatest talent, and I don't want to just make myself sound like a one-dimensional person, but what I have received the most acclaim for, the most attention, recognition, love for, is my ability for rugby. And it's intoxicating when you are good at something and you are seen for that, when you're recognized for that. And I love being an Air Force officer. Like last year, I was the company grade officer of the year. We won team of the year, and that was awesome. It made me proud. But my true greatness, my true outlet to touch the sky has always been rugby. And to not give up on that, because I've struggled, like I said, I've struggled with depression, and I've disappointed myself on how hard I've worked to develop my rugby skill. I was the guy that used to party, used to drink a lot. I was really good, so I would do great in the games and I'd get recognized for it. But I didn't know how to be a professional. I didn't know how to, wake up the next day after the game and do my rehab. To be honest, I'd wake up hungover with probably a girl in my bed, and maybe that makes me not the most moral or ethical person, but that's the truth. That's who I was. And it was an escape for me. Just like many other things, like drinking, addictions, drugs, all of those things, it's just an escape from your disappointment or the pain that you have in your life. And so my point with that is chasing your greatness. I think that's our purpose here on earth. And every single person has something great within them. It may not be as obvious as an athletic athleticism, because you can clearly see, you know, oh, this guy's big, he would be good at sports. That's what he's good at. Yeah, so maybe it's a little easier for him, but every single person has a gift given by God. Every single person has something that can make this world better. And you pursuing that makes us as a species greater. It makes our legacy for our children greater. And I feel my purpose in life is to inspire people to do that. And you know, that equation, that formula is different for every single person. And together, you know, we can all make each other better. I think that's why we're here, to be friends. And so I'm making a choice with my life. I'm choosing to pursue my greatness. I want you to keep me accountable. And if you like, I want to keep you accountable. I want to know what your goals are. And I want to tell you my goals. I want to raise the consciousness of our species. I want to help people. I want to start the spiritual evolution of mankind. You know, that's my goal. And I think, I can feel it within me that the only way I can do that is if I first look at myself and I find success at my goals. So, you know, before you take that step of trying to change the world, you know, I want to change myself. I want to raise my consciousness. So, if this resonates with you, if this inspires you, then I want you to join me, to join this High Achievers Club. You know, I really believe it's a choice. Our destiny. Yeah. There are so many layers in this universe that we don't understand. But I can see that when I prepare, when I do what is good and right, my life is so much better. Like, I think about my life now. I told you in the past that I would party a lot, I would drink a lot. And you know, I was sad. I was disappointed in myself. My self-esteem was low. And I would constantly seek escape to forget. And I got so close to this kind of potential that I saw myself achieving, that it was heartbreaking. It was devastating to like want something so bad and to be sabotaging yourself from that goal. And you know, that's what the 2016 Olympic pursuit was for me, because even though I had made changes, who I was, my habits, my personality was not aligned with that level of greatness. I wasn't able to attain that, because you have to start, your foundation has to be strong. And so now I've been working on my foundation. And I can't wait to bring this, you know, new mindset into my team next year and into my new pursuit of my dream again. So, to recap all of that, you know, that there is a truth, there is a reality that we have to honor, and that is we are going to die, and that the only thing you have guaranteed is this moment, and so you should make the most of it. And this method in which I plan to do that is the flow state, and being in the zone, being in the moment. I think it's a choice, and you have to want it, you have to pursue it. And my third thing is, you know, this is a call to arms. You know, I am starting this movement, Be the Beast. You know, that means have passion, prepare. You know, don't be just a mindless beast. We're humans, and we are animals, and we have this capacity to think and to invent a cell phone, invent a camera, change the world, manipulate the weather. Like, we have that power. And so use that in your own life. Use that gift, that brain that you have, and be a beast at the same time. You know, marry those things together, the yin and yang. And that is what I'm about. That is what this channel is about. And I challenge you to bring that into your life. And I want you to help me be accountable to my dreams. And I want to help you be accountable to your dreams. So I think I said this. If this resonates with you, please subscribe. You know, it really inspires me when what I'm saying connects with people. As an artist, which I consider myself now, shows you that you're moving in the right direction. So if you're on my team, please subscribe. No matter what, I'm gonna keep doing this every single week because I am committing to something, and I know that it's only gonna be great because I'm gonna give my heart. So I love you guys, and catch you next week.